Ben, you're muted.
Amazing. Wow. Usually it's that there's an echo. Amazing. Wow. Usually it's that there's an echo. Amazing. Wow.
There's the echo.
Oh yeah. Should I let that refract against itself for eternity? No. Wow. This is incredible. This is like the 15th only Connect game. That was the worst start ever. And yet it's our strongest lineup ever. It's Murphy's Law. All right. Sorry, everybody. Let's try that again. We are playing Only Connect tonight. It's a popular British game show that many of us like here in the US. It's so popular here that there is actually a league that plays this British quiz show. You might know New York Times Connections game. That's where it was inspired by in the good old NYT. So we play that game on this stream once in a while, and we're doing so tonight. It was muted, so I'll say it again. Thank you for everybody who's here. I see a bunch of people in the chat. I see a bunch of chatters. Wow, had I only seen the chat, I would have seen that we would have saved valuable seconds. Yeah, I was muted. That's just super unprofessional. Speaking of which, I threw a jacket on tonight in a failed attempt to keep up with my like crazy killer lineup of all-star guests. Let's introduce those folks individually. But before we do, I also want to mention, after our Only Connect game, we will be playing some before and after trivia. If you've seen Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune with before and after categories, that is what we're doing tonight. It is buzzer style, Cowboys Bowl style trivia. As is the case during the Only Connect game, you're welcome to play along in the chat, but please don't put actual answers in the chat. You can type the letter G for got it, or type got it or buzz. Just don't give the actual answer, because the players and I all want to keep an eye on the chat during the game. So in a second, I'll introduce tonight's special guest. We'll introduce the players. We'll get going if I ever shut up. Afterwards, whichever of our players want to stick around are welcome to. Then we'll play some trivia. The trivia will benefit a charity for the LA wildfires. The only thing we're determining is in whose name I will make that donation. And without further ado, let's introduce tonight's featured guest, special guest, not just because he is a first-timer here, but because he is I think, 5-time New York Times bestselling author. Please join me in welcoming and saying hello to the great AJ Jacobs. AJ, good evening. How are you?
I am delighted to be here. Delighted, a little nervous, a little unsettled, but very excited.
So excited to have you here. As Billie Jean King said, pressure is a privilege. I know you had a chance to take a look at our game last week. It was very, very tough. I think
Yeah.
harder than tonight, I hope.
Okay, yeah, that last week's did not instill confidence. So, but I'm gonna have fun. I had fun watching, so even if I'm just a spectator, I'll enjoy myself.
Exactly. Enjoy the ride. It's a team game. We all contribute. That's why we play 4-on-4 here. So not only because I love a 3x3 Zoom box, including the host, but we all help each other along toward the answers. And just so I'm sure everybody here knows who you are, and the audience as well, AJ's, well, his two titles that are most relevant to tonight's game are The Puzzler and The Know-It-All. Either or both of those probably describe everybody here except for me. And more recently, inspired by his book, The Puzzler, to which I proudly contributed a little material, AJ, you have a podcast also called The Puzzler. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, I'm very excited. And by the way, the title, The Know-It-All, is inaccurate. It was, first of all, it was more Know It Some, and then it's more new at some, because the premise of that is I read the Encyclopedia Britannica, but I have forgotten 99.8%. So hopefully the 0.2% is in tonight. And just very quickly, The Puzzler is a podcast I do with the great Greg Pliska that many of you might know. And we have every day we have it's a short podcast, and we have a celebrity guest or celebrity-ish guest, and we do audio puzzles, and we try to lean into the audio. So I'll just give you one that we came up with was it's sort of an audio rebus where we do like I'll give you a word, and then it clues a phrase. So like tide is rising tide, or if the clue is take over, then that is hostile takeover. So it stretches my acting muscles, which I don't really have, but we have a good time. So please tune in. It's on all the podcasting networks.
I love it.
Platforms.
AJ's podcast is great. I've really enjoyed it a lot. And they're sort of short, bite-sized episode. You can knock them out. And he also has like big time guests, almost as big time as AJ himself. So once again, AJ, thank you for playing tonight. Well, I'm now trademarking the phrase world's shortest interview. And that is what we've just done because we got to start our game. Let's talk about who's on what team. Here are the teams. I'm juggling a bunch of notes here. AJ is on a team that we're calling Quizzing Connectedly because we have not one, but both of the writer managers of the American version of the Only Connect League. Let's start with my fellow Chicagoan, Pam Mueller. You may recognize Pam's name and or face from the Jeopardy tournament champions. So yeah, I think it's fair to say Pam knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Hello, Pam.
I do know a thing or two about many things. I just don't know like 5 or 6 things about all that many.
So your knowledge is like a mile wide and deep enough to crush it on Jeopardy?
Pretty much, yeah.
I have found you to know a lot more than that. And who else does? It's Daniel Jude, your co-runner of the Only Connect League. Wow, look at all these people who, unlike me, know how to unmute when it's time to talk. You got to teach me that trick sometime. Daniel, thanks for doing this. How are you?
I'm good. The only thing I know is how to unmute. That's the one or two things I know is.
People wish that the only thing I knew how to do was to hit mute. Sadly, it's not the case. Let's see, that's 3 of the 4 members of your team. But let's not forget, last but not least, a brilliant player of this game and a brilliant guy. Dave Harris, please jump in. Dave, how are you?
You'll wish I muted.
You and me both. Maybe we should be on the same team. Dave asked, I asked Dave a couple of games ago how he wanted to be introduced, and he said nerdy lawyer. So let's go with that. Nerdy lawyer. We have at least 2 nerdy lawyers going here. I'll let the audience figure out who the other one is. But let's talk about my team. Kelsey Dixon is the puzzle editor of The Atlantic, my fellow Chicagoan. Kelsey, thanks for doing this. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and good luck to your beloved Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We're trying to knock this thing out and get you to game time. Kelsey and I are mere children. The 2 adults on our team are still safely along with us, though, in Gen Z. Max Kurzman, 2023 B Division champion of the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament. How are you, Max?
Doing well. Hey.
Excited about the Australian Open starting up this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
As am I. As am I. And
Taping.
I'm sorry?
Lots of taping to watch, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're 17 hours ahead of us. So yeah, I've been known to get up overnight and watch them beaming in from the future. And speaking of crossword champions, Paulo Pasco is the reigning champion of the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament, also the editor of LinkedIn Games. I played all of those today. They were a lot of fun. Paulo, you are muted for a half a second more. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. Always love it when you're here. You add a lot of answers, personality, humor. You got to teach me about those 3 things. I'd love to accomplish any of them. But don't worry, I will shut up momentarily because our host tonight, about whom I only know that he is like a New Yorker who is very smart and loves puzzles and has written his own Only Connect set, making him a complete like unicorn outlier in the Only Connect loving community. Michael Sobin, please jump in. I understand Michael is looking for a New York trivia team, perhaps. Other than that, Michael, What should we know about you? What should we know about your game tonight? And thank you for doing this.
Hey everybody. You should know that I'm much less impressive than all the people who came before me, so thanks for putting me last. The game tonight I think skews a little bit more puzzly than trivia-y, and other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to having a good time.
As are we. I have no doubt that that will happen. Well, I said I wanted to land this plane in an hour and a half, and I think I spoke while muted for like 40 minutes. So we put a dent in this. I don't need to let Michael screen share. What I need to do is hit Michael's link, and then I shall screen share my game board to, I'm sure there's a link in chat, or let's put one. There we go. Oh, it's been in there for forever. Okay, give me a second to open this link. A couple weeks ago, I asked our friend Dan Blim to explain how the game works, whereupon a lengthy explanation ensued. I'm not going to do that tonight. I think most people watching this game are familiar with it, and our brilliant audience can easily pick it up as we go. Maybe Michael, maybe give a sentence or two about what we're about to do at the beginning of each round, but I don't think we need a long explanation of that. Let's see.
And if anyone does want to know more, they should just sign up for the tester tournament for the Connections Online Quiz League. The best way to learn is by doing.
Gee, Dave,
Yes.
what's a tester tournament? Does anyone here know what that means? I don't.
No.
Pam or Daniel, would you like to
It's
jump in?
3 weeks of free games like this. Although probably, I mean, I haven't played this set yet, but probably a little easier. It's easing new players into this format and teaching them what it's all about. But yeah, 3 free weeks of games. Why not? And then if you want to, you can sign up for the full season, which starts in February.
But Pam, can they sign up if they don't have a team?
They can. Individuals can sign up. It would be awesome if they could sign up by the end of today. It's not the end of the world if they don't, but we can only guarantee that we can find you a scratch team if you sign up by the end of today. And you can sign up at a link that somebody's going to drop in the Twitch chat, who isn't me, because I am
It's
not
actually
in
already
the
there.
Twitch chat. Great. Please sign up at that link. Daniel, anything else to say?
That's
I'm still on a team
you,
with my random teammates. It was a great experience.
oh, great. Yeah. If you want to know more about the league and watching this isn't enough, you just can't get enough. We have a YouTube channel with dozens probably of videos of these games. You could just watch all of those. You can go to our splash page, which is at quizcentral.net/COQL. Easy to remember, and maybe someone will put that in the Twitch chat too. But if you're already here, you should just sign up. And I think you have like today to do it. And we starts next week.
Today, if you're an individual, teams have until the 11th.
Right.
beautiful. All right. I think we're done. I think we're done with the show. Good night, everyone. No, we're not. Okay, my screen is shared on the Twitch chat. I agree with what Paolo just put in the chat. There is amazing stuff on YouTube. Not only like the superstar teams that play the finals, but just the miscellaneous. It's just really interesting to watch the way teams interact and think through these questions. And with that, let's us do that. Michael Sobin, take it away.
Great. First, AJ needs to click on the link. And while he does that, I guess I could do a test to make sure everyone can see. So can everyone see the picker now?
Yep.
Great. How about the team names?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Buzzer is up. I can see it on Ben's stream. Fantastic. All right, cool. I think AJ's still not in, but round one is, what do these four things have in common? They'll be revealed one at a time. Team buzzing earlier gets more points. They have 1 minute to reason about what the connection is, and I'll want to hear next, please, when you want to see the next clue revealed. So I think with everyone in, Ben, you said your team was going second, right?
Yeah, we'll go second in the first 2 rounds. That's right.
All right, quizzing connectedly. Where are we starting?
AJ, why don't you choose?
All right. I am very sorry. I'm a little lost. Did I sign in correctly?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Okay,
possible
good.
I need to show you the picker again because you weren't in when I showed it.
Yeah, for the record, AJ is a first-time player, and so it's
Shocking.
not fair for him to assume he knows what we've all done many.
I see. So I'm trying to figure out what these have in common.
Well, not these
no.
emojis.
No, these are
The
just
only thing these have in
6
common
questions.
are the emojis that we use to select questions.
I see. Okay, that.
But if
would've
you
been
have a
tough.
connection, I think you should get points.
They're all emojis. Nailed it. Okay. All right. I'm
That's
gonna go with the dinosaur.
All right. The
Excellent.
dino. Congratulations, you've picked the picture question.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to
Cool.
tell me what.
Quick note for AJ, if you scroll over the image, it'll zoom in so you can see it bigger.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty. Tell me what these four things have in common. 1 minute starts now.
Okay,
That's Evan Peters in the middle.
Yeah, and who's on the left and right?
I don't recognize them.
I don't know.
He was okay. Who did he play? Ralph Boner
Quicksilver.
and
He was
Ralph
in
Boner.
American Horror Story,
Yeah.
WandaVision. I think we'll
He
find
was
another
in
though.
Mayor of Easttown too, right?
Wait, and Evan
Evans.
Peters has been in what? What is he?
Yeah.
I think
should
we're
get
gonna need
more.
another one. So
Is
right.
the-
Next, please. We don't know the people on the right and left.
Is the
That's
guy on the
Sean
right
Connery.
Jackson? Is the guy on the
Robert
right in the
Redford.
first one Jackson Brown? Out of
I-
curiosity.
So Robert Redford,
Oh
Sean
yeah, I
Connery.
think so. Sean Connery and
Oh,
I'm just gonna
Leonard
say
Cohen. It's like Robert Sean Leonard.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Oh,
first
that's
name for
great.
actors. So
Oh,
someone,
the
Mark Evan
triple
Jackson.
name.
That's someone. That's
Yes.
he's an actor
He on The
in
Good Place. Yeah.
And
All right, I think we got it.
other than one. Yeah.
amazing.
Quizzing connectedly. What's your answer?
If you take the three first names of these gentlemen, you get the full name of another actor.
Who is inherently untrustworthy because he has 3 first names.
That is correct.
Or actress, apparently.
Yep. And these are the other ones.
Posey.
Sarah Paulson, Jessica Chastain,
And Parker
Parker
Posey.
Posey.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, well done. Coming in after 2 for 3
Oh, William Henry
points.
Harrison, not an actor.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
You-
untrustworthy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were good enough.
For the record, Harrison Ford is my 3 favorite presidents. Anyway, let's move on.
Who's that?
all right.
Who's that Mark guy? Is it Mark Benioff or something?
That is Mark Summers of Double Dare fame.
Oh.
Oh,
His right 2/3 look so different than I remember.
Yes. Sorry. Alrighty.
Speaking of
So
partial views, when I enlarged, the Harrison Ford got cut off, and I'm not sure if that's because like the aspect ratio of my screen
Yeah.
is. I'll
no,
try
it's the aspect ratio of the picture that I created in about 20 seconds when I was making this.
okay.
no, it's 320 by 180 for any future creators.
Good to know.
Wow.
Alrighty.
That's the game within the game.
Alrighty, kids table. Where are we going next?
Let's see. Kelsey, how about picking an emoji, please?
No pressure. Trans pride flag.
The trans pride flag. Alrighty. Tell me what these 4 things have in common. Time starts now.
This an anagram would be pretty tough if it were. Anybody?
Yeah, blood and new anagramming.
I want to
like-
know to mean Taylor's version, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too
good point.
narrowable.
Good point.
I don't know. I can't vibe anything out right now, but worth
Okay.
thinking about.
Next, please.
Ooh.
Not
I
seeing
want
it.
this to be made of like 2 things, but yeah, I'm down to see another.
Is that could that be a cryptic clue?
They look like.
A new? I mean,
Maybe.
Next, please.
not seeing an anagram there. Should we go on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
next, please.
Next, please.
Place.
These feel like paraphrases of like instructions from like a game or lyrics of a song.
It's like the cha-cha slide. I don't know.
Before.
Should we see the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we see the last one.
Next, please. Oh God.
Kids table.
No,
Any-
I don't got it. I don't got it. I don't know.
I think that's time.
Yeah.
So we'll pass it over to Quizzing Connectedly for the steal.
Are these things like where there's 2 songs that hit #1? I'm not sure if both Bad Bloods hit #1.
I like that.
Bastilles, I don't think
hello
did.
and hello, stay and stay, jump and jump.
Yeah, definitely
Oh,
there were
that's
2
good.
stays,
Yeah.
probably 2 jumps, and then Lionel Richie and Adele probably both #1.
Yeah, I'd say go with
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Yeah.
Should we just say hit songs before we say #1?
Hit songs that
2 hit songs with
yeah.
the
Same.
title that
Yeah,
movie gets.
you're saying all the things. I won't make you go through the just specific enough, but not too specific rigmarole. Like you got it.
Prompt.
Yeah. Yeah, these are #1s with the same title that are different songs. And the second Bad Blood is a Neil Sedaka.
Oh, Neil Sedaka. Wow.
I didn't know there were 2.
Did not
Bad
know that.
Bloods.
Wait, is he
Oh,
the
no.
second or is he actually the first? I don't know the order.
Yeah.
Sorry, he was the first one.
Okay.
And Yeah, the ordering, I think I actually put the second number one first in each of these pairs for some unknown reason about how my brain works.
Oh, and not counting Stay, I Missed You, which is what I was thinking of.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no. In fact, there were other stays that hit number one. So good work on getting the steal for 1 point.
Wow, I almost referred to you two's Stay Far Away So Close but that was wildly wrong, but that might have been enough to get my teammates to say the answer. That's why this is so like, collaborative. Anyway, sorry.
Wait,
Mike,
so Lisa Loeb's Stay was did not make the cut?
Well, that's Stay, I Missed You.
Yeah, it had a
Compared that
subtitle.
across.
I see.
Yeah, I was trying to have
Okay.
things that were purer titles. It's surprisingly hard to find a good way of querying this data set.
Got it. All right. Fair enough. She went to college with me, so I just wanted to give her some
Oh,
credit.
that's really fun.
It was fun.
That's fine. All right, quizzing connectedly, your pick again.
Ben, do you want to choose?
I'm sorry, I forgot to enlarge those windows. I trust everyone can read it on the stream. Yeah, go ahead. You guys pick one. Sorry.
I mean, we gotta go Hedgehog.
Let's do it.
All right, Hedgehog it is. What do these 4 things have in common? Time starts now.
She is an
That's
actress from
Big
the
Bang
Big Bang
Theory.
Theory. She
Yeah.
plays.
And then
I
she
don't
took over
remember.
for Night Court as the original guy's daughter.
Doesn't help me. I don't know what the connection would be.
Keep going.
Yeah, we need more.
So
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory and Night Court. Okay.
Next, please.
Also,
She
in
was
Big Bang
also in
Theory,
Big Bang Theory.
but
Yeah.
that feels much too easy.
Yeah,
for
I feel like there's gotta be
second
something more than
clue.
that.
Yeah.
She also played a flight attendant in The Flight Attendant.
Yeah.
Keep
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Yeah.
She's the voice of like Supergirl and a bunch of other characters.
Oh, Kaylee Cuoco's in the Batman one. What's it
Harley
called?
Quinn?
Yeah. So maybe they're all in Harley. Maybe they're all like
I don't would
Two
Haley Cuoco be
voices.
clue 2 for that though?
DC voices. Should we get another one to make sure?
Yeah.
Next, please.
Voice. Oh, so there are all are Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinns. Okay.
These are the
quizzing
Harleys
connected?
Quinn.
Correct. These are all voice actresses who have played Harley Quinn. And
Because
here's
Arlene Sorkin originated the character.
correct. And yeah, I thought it was fun that there were 2 Big Bang Theory alums that could completely try and throw you off, but you did not fall for the trick.
I did not remember that she had done that, and I've definitely seen that animated film.
Good job, comic knowing people.
Well done. Well
Well
done.
done for a point. Alrighty.
Is Tara Strong with Supergirl and Harley Quinn?
Tara Strong's
Supergirl
been
in
the
the
voice of,
Justice
like,
League
everything.
universe, Harley Quinn in
Well, that
Whatever.
thing that they just showed DC's
Yeah.
DC superheroes. That's
the DC, the superhero girls, which was like they're all in school as kids type of thing.
Didn't you work for the other people, Dave?
I have not technically worked for either. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Alrighty. Kids table. What's up?
Maxwell, please choose an emoji.
Let's take the milk.
Baby bottle indeed. All right. Time starts now.
No clue.
So that's like
Yeah.
a hero thing, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
if I know what it
Don't
is.
Next,
know the
please.
order.
Wow.
Okay, so are these all like called the same thing? Which
Does anyone know that guy?
Nope.
Who's David?
no clue.
Mueller-
Sorry to
Mueller?
this man.
Then we need another.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
please. Well, it could be Wednesday. Or maybe it's not. I have got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, how many other Adams are there?
Like
Yeah.
family?
Jane?
I mean, I think we
Jane?
got a scene there.
Yeah.
All right, next please. All right, well, that's Young.
Yeah.
Is it Crosby, Stills? No, I can't imagine. Because Neil Young was that.
What's
I mean,
that?
Blah, 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 Young. I've got nothing on these.
Yeah. All right, what would Young be a giveaway for?
I mean,
That Adams is also
Skeleton.
like Wednesday or Young. Or,
Frankensteins. I have no idea.
what does the first one even mean?
It's a class of card in tarot. But I
All right, I think I'm gonna need an answer.
have no idea.
We're gonna go Robert Sean Leonard.
It's, as far as I know, it is not Robert Sean Leonard. Quizzing connectedly.
I can do this. David Haller is Legion. He's Professor X's son. 21st Major Arcana is the world. So these are we are blank phrases. We are the world. We are Legion. We are
We
young.
are family. We are young.
Nice.
We are
Wow.
family.
Very well done.
Nice.
Well done, David. Fantastic.
We
work.
are grateful.
We are winning.
We are proud of David.
We
I actually have several tarot decks, including a DC Comics one. So if I didn't get this question, I would have
Wow.
been so upset.
How many clues in did you have it?
I didn't have the connection between Legion and the world until later, but Young helped get there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of we are relieved that there is a vowels round because we are getting.
Hey,
Alrighty. Quizzing Connectedly, the last real choice of the round.
Dave, I think you've earned a choice.
Otter, please.
All right, time for the outer question. Here you go.
I don't know that song.
I don't know the song.
More?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Kaiser Chiefs.
Okay.
That's
Could
all
they
I
all
can
be
tell you.
Chiefs,
Chiefs?
possibly? But
That doesn't feel good.
No.
It's also a soccer team. The Kaiser Chiefs is also a soccer team in South Africa. And the Chiefs is also a football team. But let's keep going. Next, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might be Giants.
Okay, football teams. Giants, Chiefs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that.
That is good.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, QC.
These bands have words that are teams in the National Football League.
Correct. You would have seen Hotel California Squad at the end, and the first one is Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Oh.
Mm.
It was on the tip of my tongue. I'm sure everyone else too.
Oh, yeah, didn't we have that in the fluff once?
Paul Revere and the Raiders?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sure we did, but I don't think it was about Indian reservation. I don't think
It's
that
no,
was
they wrote the state song for some state.
Yes. Well, it was the state folk song, the ghost
it.
of somebody, ghost of Walt Whitman for
The
like.
Ghost of Paul Revere. It was the Ghost of Paul Revere. That was a
Okay.
different.
Yes.
Yeah. Never
Okay.
mind.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
everyone.
the like Cherokee people, Cherokee whatever song that was popular in I think the 70s. All right, cool. And then our last question of the round for Kids Table. You guys ready?
Our false choice.
let's
Yeah.
do it.
All righty, here you go.
Boy.
Did Ron Artest punch? No. Sorry. Was it one of his own players? Was that the deal?
I've never seen this name before in my life.
He
Yep.
It's an NBA thing.
All right.
Okay.
Next, please.
Yep. Johnny Weissmuller, maybe?
I thought it was Ron Ely.
Definitely could be Ron Ely.
It could all be Ron's if it's Ron Artest, but I don't.
That is true. Do we
Should we
go
see
crazy
another
and
one?
try to get 3 points, or should we keep going to confirm? What do you think? I'm not sure that it was Artest. He was in that crazy.
Yeah, I'm down to see another because
Yeah.
Ron's
Yeah.
feels.
Next, please.
All right. Well, that would be Oscar Madison.
Mhm.
How does Oscar Madison tie into either Johnny Weissmuller or Ron Ely?
Ron Alley.
Oscar. Could they all be awards like an Emmy, an Oscar?
That would fit.
Maybe once he.
EGOT?
Next, please.
No.
Oh,
You buzzed.
well,
Wow.
the first one's not going to be Emmy, is it?
Hell no.
I don't hate like
How about Tony? How
native.
about Tony Parker, like the Spurs. Why don't we go with that? Like the EGOT awards. I don't think we have anything to lose.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we'll say it's EGOT.
It is not EGOT. I'll reveal the last one. Quizzing Connectedly. Would you like to steal?
Go over Cleveland. I think.
Yeah.
I thought, was it? It wasn't Latrell Sprewell, because he was the one that
Madison and
choked.
Cleveland, those are both cities.
Oh yeah, in the
Oscar
Midwest.
and Grover are Muppets.
Ah.
Oh
Let's go
yeah,
for
that's
that.
good.
Yeah. And
felt
I
the
don't.
Muppets
I
ones-
like. If there's someone before Johnny Weissmuller, I don't know who it is. Johnny Weissmuller lived in my mom's building long before my mom lived here. Anyway.
I feel like Muppets is a more fun guess than cities, right?
Yeah. Who punched Rudy Tomjanovich? Our answer is Muppets.
Muppet namesakes.
Can you give me something more?
Is it Sesame Street specifically? Is that what he wants?
Some
I don't
guesses.
know. I mean, Madison and Cleveland are presidents too, but
Well, it's maybe it's Muppets and cities.
Muppet. Okay.
Like these are where you can find Sesame Street, the cities where Sesame
Sure.
Street might be located.
Go
that
for
would be
it,
really
Dave.
funny.
Yeah,
I-
combining a Muppet plus a city.
I think I can give you that. They are actually all presidents, but they're all presidents with cities named after them.
Okay.
So
Wow.
you're good. These are Muppet presidents. Kermit Washington punched
Oh,
Rudy
of course.
Tomjanovich, and the
That's a
first
good
Tarzan
one.
portrayer on screen was Elmo Lincoln.
Ah,
Wow.
That's
I'm-
really nice.
Amazing.
cute.
I think it was Max. You said Ron Ely or Eli, and like we've put that in a million crosswords, but I can't remember if he was ever listed as the first one or
Yeah, I
just
have no idea.
the
I
known
have
one.
definitely never heard of Elmo Lincoln.
My
No.
dad
Yeah,
told
great
dad
question.
told me that piece of trivia, and I was like, that's incredible that this guy's name's Elmo Lincoln. Like that's so good.
I think the
Alright.
real winner of this question is Michael for figuring out that this was like a thing. That's an awesome question.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good.
I apologize to my teammates. I think if I had shut up a little earlier, we would have seen the fourth one and we would have gotten it. So sorry about that.
The runner-up inclusion was Abigail Van Buren, like Dear
Mhm.
Abby,
Oh, there's Abby.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
Abby Cadabby is
Yeah.
the Sesame Street
Yeah.
character, and Van Buren, yeah, but that one didn't quite work out, so I didn't.
Yeah, these are more classic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Alrighty, well, that
Alright,
was
awesome.
round one. Quizzing Connectedly, fantastic job. Kids table, you're still in the fight. That's why there's 5 vowels rounds, right?
Well, speaking of Paul Revere and the Raiders, we got ourselves a football score, but it's still early.
This is a quite unusual football score. This is maybe a soccer score in a very lopsided game. There's
Is
some
it a
famous-
scoregami?
It's not in the. It's not a scoregami in the NFL, and in the
Okay.
Premier League, this has happened 3 times. It is the maximum, the biggest score. 4 times maybe, the biggest score like difference ever.
I'll tell you where it's a scoregami on this stream. 9-0 is pretty unusual. All right, Michael. Okay, round 2. What is
It's a Supreme Court ruling.
yeah.
Oh, no.
very good, man?
Not these days.
Well, I was going to ask AJ about his book, The Year of Living Constitutionally, which is adorable to think that there was a time ever when people chose to not live as unconstitutional. Sorry, politics section over. Michael.
That just means you take a walk every morning, living constitutionally. Right.
Exactly.
No,
right.
AJ rocks the tricorn when appropriate.
I do. Yes. And the
Did you
musket.
wait? Did you quarter soldiers?
I did, as a matter of fact. I quartered 1 soldier.
Okay.
But yes, and I bore my musket as the Second Amendment allows me to, and I applied to be a privateer to get my letter of marque and reprisal as I am allowed to do per the Article 1, Section 8. So
Nice.
yeah.
Fantastic. Alrighty, round 2. Similar vibe, but this time it's what comes fourth in a sequence. Same thing. Say next, please, when you want to see the next one. It stops after 3, obviously, because you got to tell me what comes fourth. 5, 3, 2 points after 1, 2, or 3 questions, and 1 point for a steal. Quizzing Connectedly, you are still picking first for this round. So where are we going?
Daniel, did you not pick
Yeah,
yet?
you didn't get to pick.
I have not yet begun to pick. I'll have the trans pride flag, please.
Trans pride flag. All right. Good luck. Time starts
Uh-oh.
now.
Oh dear.
I don't like the body. of
Okay, there's a
work.
space, so it's not works, it's work something
Yeah.
S.
So like an opus.
Yeah, that's what I think. Opus
Oeuvre?
opera, but like I don't know.
Yeah, oeuvre.
I think we'll need a second one no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
next please.
Alumni.
So is it
Alumnus?
pluralization with
Yeah.
a
Yeah, so is it like
Yeah.
the Roman first, second, third,
I-O,
fourth?
right? Body of work, opus becomes
Opera.
opera. Alumnus becomes alumni with AE, but it's not. It's AI.
Or it
Well,
could
it's
be just with an I.
it's I if it's men.
And A isn't alumna where for women.
No,
Could it be?
I think it's going to be something that's irregularly pluralized to an O, right? AEIO.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I like that idea, but like
Well,
let's
alumni
go the
AE
third.
is only
Opus
yeah.
and oeuvre.
Next, please.
Doesn't oeuvre become almost?
That's unexpected.
Yeah.
Men. I think it's gonna be. I think
Oh.
it's like fourth,
Oh.
third,
E.
second, first
We're going
declension.
backwards? We're going backwards?
Yeah, I think so. So what's first declension? What's an example? Maybe former
Try
female
it.
graduate.
Data?
Well, what about just E as in the plural? The plural has an E in it, like alumni, men, opus, opera.
I think I need an answer. Remember, this is what comes forth, AJ, not what
Yeah.
you think.
Oh shit!
If someone has a first declension thing, throw it out there.
I don't know if it's first declension, but it's a vowel. Like datum becomes data.
Sure. Let's
Yeah.
say information S.
Datum S, yeah, whatever, yeah.
In fact, a piece of information is what I have. It was not opus, it was corpus. which
Mm.
becomes
Oh.
corpora, alumnus becomes alumni.
It was what we were
so-
saying, just backwards.
It is
Okay.
exactly what you were saying, but backwards. But you got
Uh,
there eventually, and I'm glad you got it because no one's gotten that.
Oh, I definitely was going off of the man-men thing and not genus genera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
I guess the EG points
couldn't
it
see
to
the
the genus
EG, yeah.
instead of to
Uh,
just men. That makes sense.
And
Yeah.
they're all specifically U transforming to each of the other vowels.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, we got it right for many wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Well done.
Listen, 2 points is 2 points.
We take this.
We may have lowered the chat's IQ level with our guesses, but we got
All we
there.
did was put off Paolo for another two vowel
Yeah.
questions.
You're hyping this up too much. I'm gonna neg so hard.
Yeah. We're putting too much pressure on Paulo, but we learned in our chat before starting the Zoom stream that there's like 30 categories of vowel questions, which is good for us. Speaking of Paulo, I believe you have not yet picked an emoji. Clearly that was our problem. So Paulo, take it away.
Sure, let's do the panda for 10 points.
All right. Panda question.
All we got to do is
Is it a
10
daily
this, and then we're
double?
solid.
Yeah.
Let's end.
This is your daily
Immediately.
double.
Sure. It is worth twice as many points divided by 2. All right. Here you go.
Well, IRA,
Hooray.
probably.
Solid.
SEP. We
The only thing.
clearly need to go on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Oh, it's a
401k,
2.
4k, 40k. What is it?
God.
What?
What is it's Warhammer
Yeah.
4k?
It's Warhammer something K. 4K?
Yeah.
Sweet.
4-1 to 4.
399. I mean,
Yeah, should we see the next one?
yeah, we must. Next
Yeah.
4.
Okay, so that's 4K.
I mean, 401k. It's not 4.
I mean, if it's going 401k something 4K,
It could be 40k. It could be Warhammer 40k, and then it'll be
That
going
feels
down
right.
by orders of 10.
So 1/4 K would be the last one. Is that what we're, or 0.4?
or
It
I mean,
would
if we're
be
taking out digits, it can
400.
just be K.
I'm sorry. It would be something what has 400 in the name.
Well, look, it's we have a 3-digit in the beginning, then presumably 2-digit, then 1-digit. So my
Oh,
guess would be
that's-
we have 0
that's
digits,
simpler.
but
It could just be
It's
something
like
K,
K.
special K.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
symbol for potassium, whatever.
You have an answer you want to go with?
I like special K. Do we say that?
yeah,
Sure.
having explained our reasoning.
Yeah, I have black, but it is anything meaning K. I'll give you. Yeah, it was a 401k chop. So we could do the reveal, right? So 401k to 40k to 4k to K. Well done. On the board.
Finally.
Good job.
I should have known
Steve.
Warhammer more confidently.
What is Warhammer?
It's a
It's
video
like a
game.
miniatures battle
It-
game, a war game.
It's a tabletop war game that involves tape measures, which is why I've never been interested in it.
Very,
Often also involves painting the miniatures yourself.
Yeah.
Like they come silver and you paint them.
But we're like talking, it's like, oh, is this in range? And they pull out like a tape measure and they start measuring. Like impressive, but
Oh.
too friendly for my tastes. All right. Well done. You're on the board. Back to quizzing connectedly to pick the next category.
I think it's background to AJ.
Well, I'm gonna stick with the dinosaur. Worked the first time.
All right. This is the picture. You picked the last picture too, right?
I did.
You like pictures, I guess.
Well, I didn't solve it, but I did pick it.
All right. Tell me what picture you might see forth in the sequence.
Oh, God, what game is that? Final Fight or something? I can't
Yeah,
tell.
I'm not going to be helpful here.
No, we're gonna need another, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, please. Oh, good.
Oh, I
And
don't
what game is
recognize
it?
that either.
Don't
Nope.
reckon. It could be like XCOM, but I don't know.
Why don't we just get the next one?
Sure.
Next, please.
Oh boy, that video games I'm out. This is for the kids table. This is not for the Gen Xers.
Oh, and this is a sequence too.
I don't
Great.
know what that is either. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's familiar. It could be something like
Is that
Command and-
Warcraft? Is that what
could
Warcraft
be
looks
early
like?
Warcraft. I don't know.
Is Is there something that war is third in a sequence of?
Are there things that are like periods of time? It could end on a fortnight. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good guess. I kind of like that, just to try it.
Alright, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, I love it.
Quiz and Connectedly?
Could we see a picture of Fortnite?
No, sorry, you can't.
Wow.
Rude.
Kids Table. Your chance for a steal.
Let me do a Steve Buscemi meme. Okay, fellow kids, do you know anything about?
I hope one of you games.
Yeah, my knowledge ends at Tecmo Bowl and Super Mario Brothers 3.
I
don't know
never
any of
seen
them.
any of these before in my life.
I feel like it could be something about the style of them. And so like a four-dimensional game where we go from 2 dimensions to 3 to, or something, you know, like a virtual reality.
Ooh,
We're
If you
getting more
wanna guess
dimensions.
that, go ahead.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me. I got nothing.
Can we see a picture of a virtual like reality where you move around game?
Nope, that is not it. You would see, in fact, that picture, and these are Blizzard video game series in increasing length.
Oh,
So
Oh.
the first one is a little known or lesser known, much older game called Blackthorn that never had a sequel. That is StarCraft 2. There hasn't been a StarCraft 3. Warcraft 3 was the last Warcraft RTS, and then Diablo 4 is the 4th Diablo game.
This
which
is the one. This
topically
is the,
came out this year, last year.
Last
Diablo
year.
4 came out 2 years
Oh yeah,
ago?
it was August 23, right?
The expansion came out in October, I think. Like just now, recently.
Well, I'd like to thank our teammates for taking the hit on picking that one because, wow, that was tough. At least for me.
yeah, I
Me
did
I mean,
not do
clearly it was
well.
tough for all of us.
And that is a win.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So
All right.
we are back to kids table.
Exactly. We're cycled back to the top. Kelsey, please pick an emoji.
Let's go with the otter.
The otter question. Alrighty. Tell me comes forth. Here you go.
This could be anything.
like
Could be a base.
flying or baseball.
Yeah, it could be
A
too.
lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Really?
close. Yeah.
Next, please. Harare.
Yeah.
Harare.
Are we adding or subtracting a letter?
Has a repeated AR in the middle.
Right, right.
Uh,
HARE is.
oh, Ace Hardware, Harare,
That
HARE,
has it.
then he.
Then
So you're scooping out the middle every time.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So
Oh,
helium.
right.
Remaining
Excellent for you.
diagram. All right, Paulo, I think you got it. All right, we've got 20
Wait.
seconds. How you guys been? No, I'm just kidding. All right, should we do
Alright.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Kids table.
What, atomic symbol of helium? Would that be an acceptable teammates? Do we like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll say the
That
symbol.
E.
You are correct. It is, I have third person pronoun, but helium is also acceptable. This is a hardware core, not a hardware store. Because you take the middle out.
I like your term scoop, Paolo. Like we have chop
Yeah,
for the
you know, you-
front and backs, but scoop feels like a good way
Scoop,
of describing
Scoop's
this.
definitely a better name for the general thing, but I just wanted to make a lame hardware
Oh,
store joke.
for sure.
Mm.
Who would
But-
want to make lame puns in answer lines? That's so weird. Well, I don't understand that impulse at all.
How often, Pam and Daniel, do you write a question and it's like, I'm not sure this works, but then you come up with a punny name for the connection and that's why it goes into a set?
How many questions are there in a season?
Well done. That was 3 points, right?
Yeah, Paulo, all
Uh,
credit to you for spotting the wordplay there. That was 3 points that we really needed.
Thank you for
Well done.
I
capital
feel like we
spotting.
should start keeping a side spreadsheet of people who get the punny names exactly right because it's really fun when people do that.
Yeah, that does happen. I've seen that happen plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's done it for sure.
I was a second away from saying the word shibboleth once when that was the actual like term you guys wanted. And if we were 1 second more and we would have just felt so good on a recorded episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
bummer. All right. Quiz and Connectedly. Where are we going last?
I
For you.
think Pam,
It's
go ahead.
come
I
around
mean-
to you, Pam.
The hedgehog is objectively better than the baby bottle.
Alrighty.
I mean,
Hedge-
I am not a fan of the baby bottle emoji. No Hat Mafia, if they win the crossbond challenge, is going to have to pick a different emoji because they can't pick that again.
That's the statistic I want is how frequently each emoji is picked last in the game.
Mm.
Like, is the baby bottle the least popular?
I think it is, but I'm also biased because I don't think it's very exciting. I don't know. Anybody else have any anecdata they want to share?
I think it's probably
I always
skewed.
pick it last
Always
also. I'm
pick
with
the
you.
baby bottle.
It might be skewed by people who use props for their emoji picks, because I don't have a good
Fair.
bottle prop, but I have a really good T-Rex. So I'm always picking T-Rex.
Oh, I guess I should have gotten the dog toy. I have a hedgehog dog toy. Anyway,
All
hedgehog.
right. Quiz and connectedly. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
As
Here
well
we
as
go.
me.
Tell me what comes forth. Here you go.
Well,
I think we need more.
yeah, I think so.
Next, please.
Sissy Spacek.
And that's coal
Well,
miner's
she's the daughter.
Oh, she's the daughter.
Yeah. I don't know who's the wife if it's about that.
Me neither.
Oh, coal miners.
I don't know a term for that.
Yeah, I don't. Is there a term for a coal miner either? I don't.
Don't know. Keep going.
Should we get a third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Greek.
Okay.
What is?
There's El Greco. Could be the guy from The Wire or The Language or
Zorba? Get him
Greek
to
God,
the
Dirty something. Coal miners.
dancing?
Canary.
Wait,
Harry.
hang on.
What?
I have an idea.
Oh, okay.
How in English? Cheat. I don't know if cacio is something in pepper,
Can you be more specific?
like cacio e pepe.
Yeah, that's good
Okay.
enough. Cacio is cheese.
Okay.
You're right.
Ooh,
In
We're
fact,
gonna all need to know what just happened.
all right.
that's crazy.
These are Roman pastas
Yeah.
translated into English with fewer and
Wow.
fewer
It's
ingredients.
carbonara, and then it's alla Grecia. I never heard of Zazona.
So pasta alla
Wow.
Zazona is a more recent development in maybe the mid 1900s that is effectively mixing carbonara and amatriciana by putting tomatoes in carbonara. So this is just chopping an ingredient off of the pasta every time.
Holy moly.
So
I
it's
heard
Damn.
not just it has ingredients, it's the same 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it's cheese and pepper, and then you add guanciale to get Grecia, you add egg to get carbonara, and then you add tomato to get Zazona.
Oh, that's
amazing. And wait, and carbonara means coal miner's wife in
Which I guess makes
in
sense.
Italian?
Carbon. I never
It's
knew
like
that
it's
was
like
the
a
reason.
feminine of like a coal miner or coal seller. Yeah.
Amazing.
Because all the pepper makes it like black. And
Oh. So it's a pasta celebrating black lung, kind of?
delicious, delicious black lung.
Mm.
Fun fact, the coal mine in the movie Zoolander was filmed at the mine near where I grew up, which is not a coal mine.
Huh.
Wow.
What do they mine?
All sorts of minerals, just like
Yeah.
random thing. I don't know. If you ever go to the Museum of Natural History in New York, there's just a bunch of things from there because it's just like a local mine, and I went on field trips there. But anyway, excellent pull, Pam, at the last
Wow.
second for 2 points.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
Pam
Somebody who
Mueller.
made carbonara the other day.
My favorite type of pasta. I'll forgive you the non-invite to that one, Pam. That was a hell of a get. Good job.
Yeah, hearing Pam say, I have an idea, it's so scary.
I was like, oh no.
Tell me about it.
Alrighty, kids table, you got stuck with the baby bottle, I guess, because we don't like it. Tell me what comes forth in the sequence. Here you go.
Okay,
Things that
so
are
like
redundant.
covfefe,
I want it to be that. Yeah, Paolo.
yeah,
Sorry, what'd you say, Paula?
covfefe.
Oh,
I mean, there's a lot of things.
What's the
Okay,
sequence?
what if? Okay, can we see another one?
I mean, silent V. Yeah, let's see another.
Next,
All right,
please.
next, please.
Gosh.
What?
Don't know.
What is Canadian Craigslist?
Yeah.
I thought Craigslist was international.
All right, what's the most Canadian name you can think of in the Atlas again?
Should we see
I mean, if we don't know this, we should
No.
see the third one.
see it next, please?
Greg Popovich.
Bitch.
Yeah.
All right, are they okay? So Fe is like iron, and well, PO is not an element, but it's POVIC.
Polonium.
Last one, if that helps.
Yeah, PO is an element. Unfortunately, I'm so bad at the periodic table.
I mean, PO is not an atomic. Oh no, polonium.
It is, yeah. It feels
Iron,
right,
lithium.
but
I don't know what the second one would be. I mean, do we need to know like 4 elements in a row? I can't imagine we'd be made to know that.
We could just do something from the bottom because it seemed like it's going down. So
Or it could spell a word, F-E blank blank P-O blank blank, maybe?
I want to do like, is there something with two NIs to have nihonium as a big element with?
Panini.
Panini.
Sure. I don't have anything better.
Yeah, neither do I.
I
Is
thought-
Panini your answer?
That's,
I
Really?
suppose for the reason that it would be a generic element and we're not sure what element to pick.
Well, I'll put you out of your misery. It's not Panini. Quiz and Connectedly, would you like to steal?
Anyone Canadian?
I don't have a
Nope.
better guess than them.
Right. I don't know if iron and polonium are in the same column or something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah,
Use-
and no one has the Canadian site, I assume, right?
No. Should we just
Mm-mm.
try a different element?
Sure.
What's your
But a
fave?
word with it in it, I guess.
Let's just give up. How about that?
Let's do some like uranium or something.
Sure.
So vacuum.
Something.
I'm pretty confident that there is no element that's going to get you the right answer here.
Okay.
Element, it's actually nothing to do with the periodic table. It's just about the words. It is just the
Oh, they are
vowels going up, and
vowels.
it's just doubled with the letter
Oh.
after that vowel before it. So the last one along is
Ah.
booze,
Okay.
or whatever other V.
Cucumber. Cucumber would be an element that would
Uh,
work,
Well, but it needs to be a V.
like copper.
Oh, it's just the
Oh,
vowel.
it has to be a V?
It's specifically the letter after the
Oh,
vowel.
the letter after. Oh, wow.
So
Oh, I see.
J-I-P-O, so it has to be V.
I see.
Yeah, and
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and the last time I hosted this, someone accused me of looking up Kijiji as the back solve to make this a sequence, but I in fact did know what Kijiji was before writing this question.
Oh, I've definitely seen that before.
Someone has been spending his time on Kijiji.
Actually, I think I learned about it from like
We-
working in
Did we
ads.
use Kijiji once for all those dots? I feel like we did. I don't know. Or
But
was it
It
anyway,
is a lot of dots.
I think it was in
no
the sheet.
points there.
does anyone know what those dots are called over the I and J? Of course you all know.
Tittles.
Of
Yes.
course they are tittles. Yep. Do we get a
Um,
point on that, at least? Anything?
You could have a half point. There's no tiebreaker, so if it's a
And we
tie,
round down.
all right, that's the end of round two. Ben, do whatever magic you need to do for breakout rooms. and
Okay,
we'll
I am
add
going
them
to
the grid.
stop the share before she croons again. I'm gonna create a breakout room for quizzing connectedly. Somehow they're gonna score points even while they're not looking at the board, it feels like.
Apparently, Loretta Lynn's mother was played by Phyllis Boyan, so she is the coal miner's wife.
The
I don't know who that
carbonara,
The carbonara
titular
of the
carbonara?
movie. Yeah.
The question is there a pasta named after her?
Be the
Yes,
change.
carbonara. No.
Evidently.
That'd be really mean if you put that as a clue instead of coal miner's wife.
Oh, just the actress's name.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that
Phyllis
question was
Boyan.
already hard enough.
Or Clara Ramey Webb, which is apparently Loretta Lynn's mother's name, which I would never have guessed.
Okay, AJ, Dave Harris, Pam Mueller, and Daniel Jude, much like the three villains in Superman 2. You're going to the Phantom Zone. We're gonna shoot you across the universe.
See you all in a few minutes.
Okay,
You see it?
good luck.
Bye.
Have fun.
See y'all.
Well, if we get like enthusiasm and participation points, we're competitive. Otherwise, wow, we got some work to do here.
This has been kind of a doozy.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good.
Game's
Yeah,
still
I didn't
young.
know how hard it was when I wrote it, and I was like, maybe a little hard.
Honestly, I think that if we had chosen like the blah blah Harrison Ford question, like I mean, that's like
Yeah.
points they wouldn't have gotten, and we would. So it's there's a luck factor to which ones you pick.
Absolutely.
Although they also took the video game one. All right. So is there a link in chat that I should open? There it is. Wow. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. So I'm going to open a new window. These things I'm saying are obvious, but I'm going to open a new window. I am going to throw the game board onto that. And once that is done, oh, wow. Look at you. Speedsters beat me there. Okay. Now it is going to be time to share that window and we will be off and running.
Right,
I will
everyone
leave
see-
it to one of y'all to do the clicking.
Does everyone see grid in the top left?
Yes.
Yep.
And more importantly, or as importantly, so do the literally tens of people in the viewing audience.
Fantastic. All right. 4 groups of 4.
All right,
so
Sort
who's
sort
clicking?
them and then tell me.
Who is clicking?
I can do it.
Okay.
Yep. Sort them. Tell me and then tell me what the groups are. 1 point per group you find, 1 point for connection, and 2 bonus if you get everything. It locks you once you solve the first 2. You are locked down to, what is it, 3 guesses?
Something like that.
All right. Cool. Everyone ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. Good luck. Here you go.
I just click some random names. There's a lot of names.
Cool. All right. Obvious,
Uh,
Captain Obvious. I mean, Stark and Wayne are both like last names of superhero.
Oh,
Yep.
Isaac Newton, Tandeway Newton,
Fig
Cam
Newton.
Oh,
Newton,
nice.
Fig Newton,
Cam
Juice.
Newton.
Fig Newton.
I'm not sure if there's 4 or 5.
Do we want to do that now? Wayne Newton.
We
So-
also have Fig and Juice and Wayne.
Oh, and what's Juice?
Juice Newton, like Angel of the Morning.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You were thinking of Shed.
Um,
All right, we might as well cycle these because I
mean-
don't think it's jumping out at us.
Oh, there's also like evident, distinct, obvious, clear, which feels synonym.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
Good.
do that.
Oh, there's that Dewey ends with a pronoun, so do Southie and Moshe. So don't click that in Newton's.
Paolo being Paolo, very well
So
spotted.
Southie. Oh, obvious. Yep.
Okay.
All right, that leaves 4 of those. Clear.
I want to
Okay, so
get the
distinct-
Newtons now.
Yeah.
There's no reason to hold back now, I guess, right?
Oh, Drew, Colin, Wyatt, and Raynor. Those are whose line is it anyway? Like
Oh
the
yeah,
lineup.
of course they
Or
are.
not the lineup, but just like people on it.
And Styles, Colin Mocker. Yeah, wow. Beautifully
Nice.
done. Wow, good job.
Well done. You crushed the grid. You got all 4 groups. Time to tell me, what do Moshe, Thandiwe, Saudi, and Obvious have in common?
They all end with pronouns.
Correct. Fig, Cam, Juice, and Isaac.
Can all be followed by Newton.
Those are indeed the Newtons. Drew, Wayne, Colin, and Ryan.
Members of whose line is it anyway?
And distinct, stark, evident, and clear.
They're all synonyms for obvious.
Correct. A perfect 10 out of 10. It's funny how much people don't see the whose line people, and then they see them like, oh my God, it's whose line. Of course it is.
Wow, nice grid. A bunch of good like
Yeah,
distractors.
that was great.
Really nice.
And well done. So are we inviting the other group back? Or are you kicking me off to their?
Well, I just closed that window out of panic that I would like destroy the whole game by letting them see it. All right, so is there a different link that they are?
Yep, there is.
Okay, why don't you throw that into the chat, please? I will. All right, if we're officially done talking about answers, I will close all rooms.
I will
Open.
be right back.
The one we just did is the link ending in 9Y. So do we need a new?
Yeah.
They won't see it.
I'm waiting for them to rejoin to post it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course you are. Okay, beautiful. All right, the like whatever it is like going across the galaxy, shattering the Phantom Zone. Next thing you know, it's going to be people on the moon and then on Earth, destroying everything. Am I the only one here who's old enough to remember Superman 2? Apparently.
I mean, I know Neil before Zod, but
Well, I said close all rooms. Did that not work? Or maybe, oh, maybe they have 60 seconds.
they have 60 seconds to finish their
They have
conversation.
30 seconds. I see a countdown clock. They have 30 seconds and counting. They're clearly strategizing.
Take this off of their timer.
If they're only half as good as you guys, I think they'll still have plenty of time.
Is it me or are they not clicking on something? It's weird that it's like usually people just click and come back. Oh well, it doesn't
There's
matter.
Pam.
Here we go. All right, with a mere 6 seconds left, you guys were clearly like drawing up like hand signals or something.
Well, I'm realizing we
We could
actually
just
spent all
talk
that
to each
time
other.
chatting. We didn't ask AJ if he had any questions about the grid, which might have been the smarter play.
Oh yeah. Now I'm just counting on you and your pasta
We're
knowledge.
just
and your...
sorting things into categories.
Yes, if
Right.
you've done the New York Times connections game,
Right.
that-
It's an homage to that. Or
Well,
that connection.
well,
is
whoa,
an homage.
Whoa.
Reverse that. Reverse that.
strike
Yeah.
that.
Like
All right,
that, reverse
the
it.
link is in the chat for y'all.
Thank you.
Which
Yeah.
one of Daniel or David wants to click?
Do we
gotta
all
make
click?
You gotta make
You click
AJ
for your
click.
team?
Make AJ click.
Oh,
So wait,
I
I
think
click-
that Ben is sabotaging right now.
Yeah.
Dave, do you click for your team? If not, I'm happy to do it.
I don't click for my team, but I'm fine giving it a go.
I can do it. I have my mouse.
Okay.
So I don't have to click.
No,
you
there's a
do,
weird
you
thing
don't,
where
but
if
you have
multiple
to
people
go to
click
the
at
link
once,
that
You
I
it
just look and
freezes.
shout at me.
Yeah, AJ, of course, completely joking, but just yell out whatever you see.
Okay.
But you do need to go to the link that I posted.
Yes, there's a new link to visit.
But keep the old-
theoretically, we
yeah.
could have just done it in the other one, but
Oh, does it reset nicely?
well, yeah, you can just
You can,
make it
like,
go
hide
away.
it.
Once if the other team has done it already, which they have, then and they're
Yeah.
watching, we could just do it in the main one. But
Got it. Well,
There
I
we
gave them in the
Yeah.
new room, a new room also.
yeah, I mean, they need a new room,
They
because
need it.
otherwise we
Got it.
could have seen it. But since they've already seen it and they're still watching us, we could have done it where they could
Got it.
still see it.
Got
By
it.
the way, this makes me nervous. All of you, please turn around. The other team just needs to face away from the cameras.
All right. So 4 groups of 4, you have 3 minutes to resolve them into the 4 groups. You get 1 point for every group you correctly identify, 1 point for correctly telling me what each of the connections are, 2 bonus points if you get all 8 possible pieces of information. You have infinite guesses until you've locked in 2 groups. And then you have 3, is it 3?
Yep, 3 strikes.
3 strikes following that. All righty. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Mhm.
All righty. Good luck. Time's just now.
Okay, Andy Newton,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cam Newton.
Isaac, Wayne, Fig,
Isaac, and Wayne,
and Fig.
Fig. Thank you.
Oh, very good. Very
Why
good.
did I leave out Andy last? What did I think I did them all.
Juice,
so-
Juice is a Newton. Juice is a Newton.
Oh. So there's 6. So it's going to be tougher to cycle.
Yeah, let's do it with. Like
Let's start
that.
looking. So Captain Obvious.
Oh,
Are there other
yes.
captains?
Southie is a poet, but I don't see any other poets, really.
But it could also be other military, not just captain. Could be.
Yeah, Captain Obvious is just like a thing.
Clear, obvious, stark,
Oh yeah, that's good.
Evident.
evident, distinct.
Yeah.
Stark. Okay. What was the one that
Nice.
stayed?
Okay, so obvious.
So that's Captain.
But we don't have other captains that I can
Oh, we don't.
see.
Okay.
Is there a Captain Moshe?
There isn't. Is this my
Daniel?
middle? This is my middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote this for you, Daniel.
Thanks. Okay, so that's Moses in Hebrew. So maybe there's translations, like
Oh,
maybe
I
people
see.
in the
Bruce
Bible.
Wayne, Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
Southie that's a Boston thing, right?
Yes. Is there an anagram? I don't know of any anagrams of my
Ryan Nary.
It
or
ends in hey.
Yarn.
Sorry,
There's no,
did I
like,
do all
hi.
these?
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Oh,
So stop
nice.
there.
Sorry.
No, better that we have it than don't.
True.
So Wayne
Okay.
and Tandy both stayed.
Yeah. So not okay. So Fort Wayne,
Well, let's see.
Colin Jost.
I mean, Tandy ends with we,
Jost,
begins with
Colin
Ben.
Jost, Drew Carey, and Wayne Brady are all hosts.
Oh,
Or they could, yeah.
Game show
or are they
hosts.
all from Whose
No,
Lines Is It Anyway?
Yeah, because Colin
Oh,
Mockery.
yeah, and
Colin
Ryan
Mockery,
and-
Wayne Brady,
and-
Drew
and
Carey.
Wait, don't
Ryan.
click, don't click, don't click.
Yeah.
Was there a Moshe?
There's a
Moshe Kasher,
comedian
maybe?
named
Ryan
Moshe
Stiles
Kasher.
is
Yeah, it's definitely
Ryan
these
Stiles is
four.
very
These are the
famous.
main. These are the main.
What do we
four.
think the other thing is?
Good question.
Hey,
Wordy?
South.
Is there something in
Let's
there?
see. Boston.
And
she, we, they, and us. They're just pronouns.
Oh,
They,
Oh,
they.
nice.
Okay, good.
Okay.
nice.
Huzzah.
Look at that.
I'll
Oh,
have a
good.
funny story about Moshe to tell you when we get there.
Okay.
Alrighty, well done. What do these top 4 evident, clear, distinct, and stark have in common?
Can't believe
They're
you would
so
ask us such an
obvious.
obvious category.
Ah,
Correct. Juice, Cam, Fig, and Isaac.
You figure Newton.
Newtonian something.
Yeah, Newtonian people.
They're just Newtons.
They're named after a unit of force.
Wayne, Colin, Drew, and Ryan.
It is their line anyway.
They are indeed the Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like main, they're like the main guys, right? And then Fandue, Obvious, Southie, and Moshe.
They end in a pronoun.
They're
They're
actually all
four
Daniel's middle names.
Daniel's middle names. He's got like,
He's like a prince. He's got so many names.
So the
and
funny,
he
the
changed
funny,
it from Tandy to Tandiwe when she did. So
yeah, the funny story is that when I, much like Andy Newton, changed my name from a big long Jewish name to Jude, my last name, the judge was clearly not Jewish because when he announced my name to make sure I knew it, he was like, Daniel Moshe Jude. No,
I've had people say Mashi, yeah.
yeah. So that helped me solve that these end in pronouns.
Well done. I can reveal as we go back to the main room that both teams got a perfect 10 out of 10. Well done to both of you.
How many people on their team were alive for the original run of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
But YouTube is strong on that one.
Okay.
What year was that?
Like the
It
90s.
ran to,
Based
like,
on the
early-
upholstery, it was a while ago.
I'm pretty sure it
I
ran to
didn't
the
even
early
realize they were
2000s.
still going.
well, the
Although I
British one was
genuinely
definitely in
watched
the
so much of
90s,
it.
right?
Yeah, but the US one
I
I
have
think
a
ran to
phone.
the early
Yeah.
2000s.
I
Yeah.
agree, but the British one was definitely yeah.
Yeah. I might have to
Yeah,
try
I
and
like
put
that
in
show so
Aisha there
much.
instead of Drew.
Tapioca.
When I got grounded as a kid, my punishment was that I would not be allowed to watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
But then you must have
That's-
lost track of the careful, nuanced continuity of the show.
Yeah, it
Also,
threw the
how
whole
often
lore
did you
off.
get grounded, and what did you get grounded for? Was it like doing too many crosswords?
Yeah.
I had a wild misspent youth in 5th grade.
Fifth grade.
He called
show
his
aired
teacher an
in
anagram, and
98.
she hasn't recovered yet.
The
You're a
British
hectic.
show
Buzzing
started
too
in
fast in
88. The
school.
American one was 98.
All right. Do I? Oh, I guess I could repost the link. It's the same link as the first.
Okay, yeah, so if I reshare the window we were playing earlier, where I see the
That.
buzzer, for example, is that
Yep.
what we're playing, the old vowels?
Indeed.
Mhm.
And now it's only made the
Maybe.
decision of whether you want category vowels 4 and 5 to count for points.
Oh, hell yeah, we do.
Absolutely.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there.
High
Uh,
variability.
All right, Ben gets his home court advantage.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, let's get a buzzer test. Let me
no
reset.
bless. Oh, please.
6, 7.
AJ, you need to return to the first link,
Okay.
the tab, if you kept it open.
Perfect.
Yes. Perfect.
Now you're in the right place.
Alrighty. It is now time for the only consonants round. I will warn you ahead of time, zoom in your text because I somehow managed to make the text on these too small and I don't know how I did it.
Should I make it like
So give it a command or control plus a couple times to make sure you can.
Okay.
doing that for the benefit of Twitch viewers and elderly people sitting at my computer? I can't imagine which people that would be. Okay, so AJ, I know you've had a chance to look at some old material, but you know the premise of this vowels deal?
I think so. So anyone can buzz in if they get it. Is that the idea?
Anyone could
Yes.
buzz. Once you buzz, I will call on your team. Someone on your team must start talking immediately once I've called on your team. Otherwise, I will neg you. In this round, you can lose points. If you get it wrong at any point or stumble in any way, I will pass to the other team for a steal, which they will not lose points on.
Got it. Okay.
It's the stressfulest round of a very complicated game.
Got it.
Alrighty. Everyone ready?
Ready.
Mhm.
Oh.
Alrighty. Our first consonants subject is not a famous sibling. Alrighty. Number 1 coming up right now. Pam? Sorry, QC.
Mark.
Paul Marks.
Marks.
Correct.
Wow, sorry to pause the game. I've got a lot of text real big, but then the actual
Yeah.
thing is
You weren't kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how I did this. And I could not
This is
figure
an
out
eye
if I could.
test. Yeah.
Yeah, this round is the hardest one to fix accidental copy paste mistakes. So.
That is almost certainly what
I've had
happened.
it where it copy and paste the red highlighting indicating it doesn't match, and I cannot make it go away for hours.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah,
Infinitely
Karl
nightmare.
Marx, not a Marx brother. All right, number 2. Quizzing.
Adam Baldwin.
That is correct.
Thank you, because I realized what I had buzzed for was not a thing.
What?
Adam
It's not.
Baldwin.
It's not Dumbledown.
I
Not
started
like
saying
Down
Dumble.
Brothers?
Nope.
Adam Baldwin from my favorite show, Chuck. But he
Yeah,
is a crazy
That-
person.
yeah. That cast aged poorly. In
Yeah,
terms
really
of-
bad.
yeah,
Really
yeah.
bad.
But yeah. Not a Baldwin brother. All right. Number 3. Quizzing.
English pointer.
Oh my.
Correct.
Oh,
Not
nice.
a pointer
Not a pointer
sister.
sister. I figured it out. I got there.
You guys are psyching us out for all this hype about how good we were at vowels. You guys are annoying.
All right. Well done. All right. And the last one. Kids table.
Woodrow Wilson.
Correct. Neither a Wilson sister nor Wilson brother.
That we know of. We have not done a 23andMe on Woodrow Wilson.
He was actually in the Beach Boys. Fun fact.
Is he an only child?
Oh, I was thinking like Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Are we done with that category? Because, well, anyway,
That category is indeed done.
All,
I think all the categories are tiny though.
okay, I was waiting for Julie Andrews. Never happened.
Sorry.
Mm,
Alrighty.
that's good.
Category number 2 is up a fifth. You'll see what's happening shortly. Number 1. Quizzing.
Gin and dominant.
Correct. Gin and tonic.
Oh,
Instead of
tonic.
gin and
Okay.
tonic. All right. Number 2.
What?
Kids table.
5 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Correct. Instead of 1 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Number 3. Kids table.
Mixolydian Islands.
Islands.
Correct. Instead of the Ionian Island.
No idea.
Oh,
I've
Ionian, yeah.
never been more afraid to click in my life with you guys on my team.
Good advice.
And number 4. Quizzing.
G is for cookie.
It is indeed
That's good
James
enough
for
for
cookie, and
me.
it's good enough for all of us.
We returned to Sesame Street at the end of the quiz.
Yes, Daniel, don't say Muppets never did anything for you.
What happened there? Was it a music thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all instead of the first degree of the scale, it's the fifth. In
Before we
various
go to the next
different-
category, at some point I'm gonna Google, I guess, Mixolydian to understand what that was.
There's
That's
a
a
bunch
mode.
of modes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
instead of starting a major scale on a C, if you take the same notes and start on a G, it's a Mixolydian scale instead of an Ionian scale.
So it has nothing to do with Mr. Mixius Spitlick from DC Comics?
Absolutely nothing. Yes,
Okay,
correct.
just checking.
And it's
All right,
also not adding a whole lot of alcohol to like a recipe.
Yeah.
A whole
That's
fifth.
what I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
All right.
You can do that and make it a gin and dominant, Daniel. You can call it
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's
That'd
why
be
I
great.
really was like, oh, is that what's going on? 'Cause I was-
Alrighty. Category number 3 is military songs, but not really in the way you might think. You'll see what I mean shortly. All right. Number 1. Quizzing.
25 or 6 to 0400.
That is correct.
Oh,
These
oh
are
my
songs that have been
God.
moved into military time. I also realized I don't have a timer on my screen. I don't know where it went.
What is this?
Maybe because you made it too big, it went
Oh,
away.
no, I see it now.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
okay.
it's hiding in the corner. All right, great.
I had everything but the word O, and I'm like,
Yeah, that was my like, oh God, like, is it? Oh, I should just buzz.
So
Well,
yeah, so now that you got that, it has been
Confidence.
revealed as these are military time songs.
well, Pam and I are both from Chicago, so we had an advantage on that.
I'm
indeed.
from Chicago and I don't know what's going on.
you're from Chicago, and you're under a certain age. That was
Also, I think it was only Ben, AJ, and I on the Zoom when he described that he had just switched over to
That
military
is
time.
true. We will see if it comes in handy.
yeah,
All
AJ.
right.
This is where you heroically,
I
start.
better. I know. it's
This
my
is your
last
Slumdog
year.
Millionaire moment.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Alrighty,
Pressure's
number
on.
2 coming up. Quizzing.
No.
1900 o'clock.
Not too
sorry.
long.
No.
All right,
Sorry.
passing it over to
Nope.
kids table. I think that's too long. It is
Something Silent Night?
It is
Oh,
1900
yeah.
o'clock news
News.
slash
7 o'clock
silent
news,
night,
silent night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as in 7 o'clock news, silent night, the Simon and Garfunkel song.
Wow.
I was unable to return the favor, Daniel. I'm sorry.
I have never
that was a
felt
very
stupider in
stupid
my life.
thought. I recognized my pre-buzz.
I really felt like I knew at least the basics of Simon and Garfunkel, but that one somehow got by me. That is frustrating.
All right, next one, number 3. Quizzing.
This was my pre-buzz. 0900 to 1700.
Correct.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
9 to 5.
I should have been waiting
if
for
I
that
see
one.
those ends, go for it. Oh wait, but there will be an H beforehand, and then that was too late. I was clicking.
All right.
Here's the sad part. I wrote a Substack about switching to 24-hour time, and I made a joke about Dolly Parton's song, and I still didn't get it.
In your defense,
Good news is
he
your
buzzed
team
it in
did.
about half a
Yeah.
second.
Well,
Yeah.
I read that Substack and was very amused how AJ's wife Julie like didn't want to let him say that, but I too had nothing on that question.
Alrighty, and then the last one in this category. QC?
Round 0-100.
Correct, instead of around
I
midnight.
just got a question wrong today related to that,
All right.
which I shouldn't say anything about because it's still live for other people.
And now we have 2 bonus categories because fun.
All right, and these are worth 4 points each. Is that what we agreed?
But minus 4 if
Why
you get it
would
wrong.
you stack the cards against us like that? God,
All right, these are not biblical angels.
me.
First one coming up. QC?
Shaggy's girl.
Correct.
What?
I hate to say it. I was
Shorty,
afraid-
you're my angel. You're my darling angel.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
Juice
Told you
Newton
that might be
and
too hard to
Shaggy in
me.
this quiz.
So
But-
wait, we have a biblically accurate Shaggy is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. But yeah, we had both Juice Newton's Angel of the Morning and Shaggy.
I was thinking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but like big fan of Mr. Boombastic. But let's move on.
All right, number 2. QC?
Vampire with soul or a soul.
Vampire with a Soul, Angel from Buffy.
Thank
Oh,
you. That was you picking up the one I did not. I knew it was Buffy, and I was like, I think someone will figure out what's going on.
Yes. No, once I saw it was you buzzing, I was much happier.
All right, number 3. Kids Table?
Controversial umpire Hernandez.
nice.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Well
Paolo.
done.
Well,
Good pull.
I was waiting for Angel Hernandez. I couldn't figure out controversial before Powell.
I don't want to brag, but I had the word I already forgot what the first. I already had. Jesus Christ! I'm really stopping the show. I had the word controversial. Please, Michael, rescue me.
All right, clue number 4. QC?
Waterfall in Venezuela.
Correct.
Ay.
All right, and then this last one I haven't tested yet, so this may be horrible. So we'll see. These are corrected song titles, as in they've been updated for various reasons. You'll see. Question number 1.
No.
Kids Table?
Good night, Ho Chi Minh City.
Correct. Instead of Good Night
nice.
Saigon.
Nice one.
Nice.
And the letters are back too.
Yeah, because I didn't copy paste that one in. All right, number 2.
Oh no.
Oh,
Table.
got me, Paolo.
Istanbul, not Istanbul.
Correct.
I got out-clicked. I actually clicked for a change, though. Good job, Paulo.
Well done. Number 3. QC.
Oh, Kolkata.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
Correct.
Very good.
And then the last one, which is the reason that I wrote this whole category. QC.
The Ed Koch Queensboro Bridge song "Feeling Groovy."
Wow.
Absolutely correct.
Ooh.
Well done.
Wow. At no
Crazy.
point while you were saying that did I understand why you were saying that.
That is the official
Cam is
name of
just
the
saying
59th
words.
Street Bridge.
Yeah, 59th Street Bridge song. All right, I got my S&G redemption, but more importantly, Pam, that was one hell of a get. Good job.
That was amazing.
Well, I got the feeling groovy, so then I was like, it's the 59th Street Bridge, and I was like, what is it called? Queensboro, and then I was like, wait, but it's got a name. Anyway, it was entirely backwards.
You pulled Ed Koch out of thin air. That's awesome.
I mean,
Um,
I had heard that it was renamed. It wasn't like I didn't know it was, Ed Koch, but
All right, I'm
um,
going to stop the share, but that's unfortunately not going to prevent Michael from saying the final.
the final score is some number to some other number. We don't need to
No, no, no.
remember
Give them their flowers, as the
that.
kids say.
The final score is, sorry, hold up. Let me do this properly so that I don't have to do math. The final score is Kids Table 21, Quizzing Connectedly 35.
Now
Well
that is
very
a
good scores.
Very well done. Dominant
Yeah.
performance of the vowels. Well done.
that was wild. That was super good.
that was
Yeah, I
amazing.
think
That
we
was,
were more in the hole after the bonus round.
that was where we
Yeah.
were supposed to catch up on the vowels, and then you guys like flew away. That is a real football score, by the way, 35-21,
That one.
That
was-
is, yeah, that one happened.
and not a scoreagami. Michael Sobin, a week or two ago, I didn't know you existed, and now I'm like a fan. That was awesome.
Well, thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a fun set.
Yeah, that was
Thanks.
good.
Great.
There's some
Yeah, this is great.
dynamite stuff in there, and
Yeah,
some stuff
really
I'm gonna
great
go
stuff.
to like have nightmares about.
Yeah, I guess I'll never write a question about Kermit Washington now because you've written the best one that there could be.
That was amazing. Well, we have to assume that every COQL player watches this stream, but honestly, that would be an amazing question for a future season.
Yeah, please put it in. I would love some points. My team needs the help.
One thing I've learned, Michael, is that one reason they play these sets is to make sure they don't then
Yeah.
include questions the next week in the league.
I actually had a question about like hidden Spanish numbers, and that was on Only Connect the other day, and I was like, good thing I removed that.
We did that with Spanish numbers and the
Oh, did you?
Spanish. We did, yeah. Remember you played it with the pictures that were anagram or homophones of
Oh,
Spanish numbers.
okay. This was hidden, so it was a little bit
Was
different.
it pictures? No, it was clues. Quince, and they were.
Oh yes, it was.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
once
I like
instead
that.
of once.
Right. It was interpreted
Yeah.
as words. This was like
Yeah.
them hidden as substrings.
Yeah.
And then I learned that Quattro apparently is spelled with a C and has always been spelled with a C, and I don't know why I thought it was spelled with a Q for my entire life. Like, this is my new
Italian?
I think I know why you thought that.
Okay, well, Michael Sobin,
Did anybody watch we were talking about the sounds episode of Only Connect at the beginning, but they're on the All Sounds show, instead of having the missing vowels written out like this, she
That
read
was
them.
insane.
It
love
was
that
it was
one.
brutal.
Yeah.
It was
It was
so
insane.
When they were buzzing in before it was over, I was like, "This
Yeah.
is
She
crazy."
even
I
started by
feel like
saying
very
like you can buzz
safe.
early if you want, and
Yeah.
then they.
But they did.
The last couple
Yeah.
specials were good. They definitely recover from that BBC special that I was just like,
Oh, that
this
was
is a waste of my time.
incomprehensible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the questions I normally skip, and they put them all in
Although-
one episode.
On the BBC episode, there's at least one question where it's like, somehow I know what this is and they don't. So either
Yeah,
I
that
watch
happens
too much
every so-
British
yeah.
TV or they don't watch enough. I don't know.
wow, you guys are more current than I. Are these like recent holiday time, like
Yeah, they released 8
Yeah.
specials over the
Each one
holidays.
brings back 2 teams that have been on the show before that have like a thematic link in their names. So the sounds episode was like the record collectors and the audio files or something.
Got it. All right, clearly need to check that out. Michael Sobin, take a bow. That was amazing. Really enjoyed that. And so did the chat. Wow, like people are loving it in the chat. We get a lot of people who watch these like after the fact, and I'm sure everyone will enjoy it just as much as we did. So our standard move for those who showed up late, or for those who wisely tuned me out at the beginning of the show, or for those who somehow didn't hear me when I was muted for 40 minutes. What we do now is we take a pause, we exhale. Those of us such as Kelsey who have elsewhere to be are welcome to say adios, sayonara. For those who care to stay, I encourage everyone to stay, but it is entirely optional. We are going to be playing our usual round of buzzer trivia tonight. It's a special edition because it is before and after trivia, like questions you might see on Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. Anybody who wants to pop out, I guess now would be a good time. Totally optional. Everybody who just won that game, and Michael Sobin, you all have earned 1 point toward the final score. I usually don't keep scoring this. We're going to now, because we're playing for charity, I will be making a donation to the California Wildfires Recovery Fund in the name of whoever wins our buzzer trivia tonight. So no pressure. There really is no pressure because they're getting the donation either way, but it could be
By the
with your name on it.
If I could jump in for a sec, Ben, I know, I think Kelsey didn't, I think you put it in the chat earlier, the Twitch chat earlier, but for those who haven't heard or joined late, crossword puzzle constructor and a good friend for a lot of us, Nate Cardin, He and his husband, their house actually was lost in the fires. He's also on a COQL team, but I'm forgetting their name offhand. So I think someone put a link in the chat to a GoFundMe that someone set up for them because they're gonna have to start rebuilding shortly. So if
can
you
put
are
back in the
friends with
chat
Nate
real
already and
quick.
hadn't heard, just wanted to put that out there.
Okay. Thank you for putting the link in the chat. I will absolutely hit that link and when we're done. You know, it's hard for me to keep up with the chat in addition to sharing all these windows and screwing up the whole stream in general. I saw Nate's name, but it didn't sink in. That is really, really horrible news. I'm so sorry to hear that. And Nate is such a good guy.
He's confirmed he, his husband, and their dog are safe with a friend. So that's I think we can be glad for that.
Okay. Wow. Thank goodness. That's the most important thing, of course. Okay, Kelsey, thanks for playing. Any final
I
thoughts?
forgot the fall, but this was great. Have a great time, guys. See you later.
Go Irish. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, go Irish.
All are encouraged to stay. Please don't feel any pressure to stay, but I am about to read these quiz questions. Is everybody else, now's the time to say it if you want to say goodbye, otherwise we're going to move on.
I probably can't stay for the whole thing, so it might be less rude if I peace out now and watch the rest on Twitch later. As I said at the beginning, I'm just finishing up a one-day special that's due very shortly. So I should go get some work done, I think. But thank you, Michael. Ben, thanks as always for having me. Good to see everybody. And I guess Happy New Year still. Like it's been a little while. So have a great night.
Dave,
Thank you, David.
Good
I
stuff.
did.
first to wish you a
Yeah.
happy New Year 2026. All right, thanks for playing, Dave. Always love having you in the mix.
Likewise.
That's optimistic, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave before we get into why it's optimistic. You all have fun having that conversation.
Let's just say I'm flying to Puerto Rico to take a Caribbean cruise on January 20th, and that is so well timed. You might never see me again either, but we'll get into that. All right, thanks again, Dave.
Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
What?
I have like 45 minutes. Like how long
Okay,
is this going?
I only have 14 questions.
Fantastic.
I
Oh, great.
don't want to like use up everyone's entire night. Only like 85% of your night. Okay, so let's see. Dave is out. Kelsey is out. We've got Max, Paolo, Pam, AJ, and Daniel playing. I am reading. So let's see. The quizzing. What do we call you guys? I can't even read my own handwriting. Quizzing connectedly. Is that what you were?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Daniel has a point. Pam has a point. Paolo, Max, got some work to do. AJ, you got a point as well. Michael, I got to add you. Beautiful. Okay, so everybody except for us three kids has a 1-0 lead going into this thing. Max, Paolo still here. Beautiful. Okay, sorry for the babble. I am not going to screen share. Max, would you please do me the favor of setting up a buzzer at buzzman.live?
No problem.
In the chat, you can share the code word. Again, thank you everybody for, lest it be overlooked, thank you very much, chat, for joining, for staying, for hanging out. I hope you're enjoying it. I see there's a lot of people lurking who are not chatting. You are under no pressure to chat, but just thanks for being here. But more to the point, once again, chat, please don't say any answers in the chat, but type buzz or G and you'll get your props for getting answers faster than we do, which happens every week. Give me a sec. Because I want to see this buzzing, so I too need to go to this buzzer. My name is Ben and the room code is this. Sorry, bear with me. Does anybody want to be an unpaid intern that will save me from my rank incompetence? All right, so Max, Michael, Daniel, Paolo, AJ, me. Is that everybody?
Nope. There's Pam, but she's not
Okay,
there.
we're missing Pam.
Oh, what is the room? Sorry.
It's in the Zoom chat.
That's my problem. I like never look at the Zoom chat. I'm in buzzman.live, just like waiting, but okay.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna move you guys over here.
There she is.
This is the tricky part for me, but okay, yeah, let's test the buzzer. That's a great idea.
Do I need to pick something?
So does an intern that's not rank incompetent do all the filing?
The idea of having an intern honestly never crossed my mind until like so many things that I'm bad at. Like Max had to tell me how to mute a tab. And I was like, wow, I feel like someone who's like grandchild is teaching them how to like hit Control Alt Delete or whatever. Anyway, here, beautiful. This, I wish I could blame the size of the like font or whatever the font size in that vowels question. No, I could see those just fine. And I can see these questions, even though they're on the small side, but I am going to throw the buzzer over here on top of the chat. Okay, we are ready to rock. These are before and after questions. I don't want to beat this to death, but for those, forget the board before and after part. For those who are less familiar, this style of trivia is what you would find in like College Bowl or Scholastic Bowl or Quiz Bowl, like at like the high school or college level. The difference is that there's nothing academic. It's known to some as trash trivia. It's just the pop culture stuff. So it's just movies, video games, TV, pop music, all that stuff. And the only difference here, I'm going to read a note. First, let's throw a shout out to Nat Ku, an NYU Quiz Bowl player who wrote these questions. And this is Nat's before and after toss-ups, trash-demia toss-ups. There is nothing. I've actually gone through this packet. He wrote 20 questions. I knocked out 6 that I didn't think worked. We've got 14. I will be keeping score. Here is Nat's note to players. Before and after style toss-ups are inherently terrible. The theme demands of the player not only to know 2 answers simultaneously, but to endure their unholy combination. Consider this a fair warning and heed the following guidelines carefully. I think you all see where this is going, but I'll just read it. Because Nat seems like a good sort, every answer line will be in before and after style, with the toss-ups blending both the before and after parts in equal measure. Pronouns should always be taken with a grain of salt. A clue for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all the way down may be as follows. The title of this work is in reference to the problem of infinite regression in the protagonist's origins due to contact with Mystery Ooze, which references both Turtles all the way down and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a single line. In fact, I think you will find that a great many of these clues, as Nat mentioned, will have like, let's say, a subject and a predicate that that touch on each of the 2 pieces of trivia. I think you guys understood this before I started explaining it. Without any further ado, does anybody have a question? Otherwise, we'll move on.
2 questions. You
Please.
can buzz early, right?
You can absolutely. That's the whole. Sorry, I didn't really explain it. So yeah,
and are there negs for getting
there? No, you do not lose points for buzzing in. You may only buzz in once though. Poor Ben Zimmer last week buzzed in like 2 seconds before he knew the answer, and then he was like locked out. So yeah, the idea is these are long, or like there's like thick paragraphs of like 5 or 6 sentences, and they start hard and they get easier and easier. So buzz in when you know it, but at the end it'll be like, which national pastime involving a bat and a ball, and at that point, everyone's buzzing. So in this one, we'll see how we do. These are all like gettable pop culture combos, in my opinion, regardless of the age of the player. All right, with that said, here we go. Question 1. The title of this novel introduces an alternative to Nietzsche's concept of eternal recurrence and the ability to possess a vessel body after it reaches the age of 44. A character in this film encounters a woman in a red dress who shares his face and only repeats his name before a dog with cancer unites 2 characters on her deathbed in this novel. This film takes place between the 7th and 8th floors of the Merton Flemmer building, where the ceilings are low for low overhead, and during the Prague Spring up to the invasion. Pam.
The Unbearable Lightness of Being John Malkovich.
It's correct. Well done, Pam.
Well done.
Pam taking a commanding 2 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 0 to 0 lead. Well done.
For those of you who played COQL this last season, the thing that ended up as the 7.5 husbands of Evelyn Hugo previously was the 7.5 for in Being John Malkovich. So
I was impressed that you found an example of 7.5 anything. All right, good job. That was all right. I think everybody sees how this works. In the chat, I see we've stunned you into a confused silence. Don't worry, that's where I was for the entire Only Connect game. So if you're not in good company, you're in my company. All right, next.
7.5 men would have been a good up a 5th.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch this thing and gradually figure out what this up a 5th thing like actually like. Like it's a 1, 4, 5 pentatonic scale. I don't know. All right, I'll figure it out later. Next question. This work is used by Khan to explain his acceptance of exile to the planet Ceti Alpha 5 in the Star Trek original series and won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay in 2004. The title of this work references an actor's struggle to interpret notes from a Japanese commercial director and man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden. Max.
Paradise Lost in Translation.
Correct. Well done, Maxwell. It occurs to me, if I can, without too much trouble, copy and paste these things, I can throw these things into the chat because I think I don't want to like read the stuff we didn't hear. But I don't want to take too long. Bear with me for 1 sec. Low overhead and or if there's, I don't know, if there's a question, maybe I don't have to do this every time. If there's a question you particularly enjoy, just shout it out. I will throw it into the chat. That one, that crossed my mind because Max answered that early. Oop, Max, we got to give you a point. All right. Anyway, if or in the chat or if players want more, I'll just throw it in the chat. Okay, Max, quit slowing the game down. Oh, wait, that was me slowing the game down. Sorry, everybody. We'll move on. Next question. In the .com edition of this game, this card is replaced with Sun Microsystems, who resurrects deceased characters from the previous film by loading their backed up consciousness into new bodies. The giant Tulkins in this film produce a remedy for human aging in their brains and are hunted down in their habitat between Ventnor Avenue and Marvin Gardens in the Yellow Group, and 2 spaces behind Go to Jail. A family in this film moves from the Omaticaya clan to the Metkayina clan and must pay 4 times the amount shown on the dice. Oh, I covered the buzzer. That
It's me.
would be, yeah, sorry, Pam.
Avatar: The Way of Water Works.
Exactly correct. Well done. Avatar: The Way of Water Works. Good one. Good job. All right. What can I say but good job? Next question. A character in this film sells an emerald to purchase a boat he names the Angelina to search for evidence of the use of tools by the genus Australopithecus at the beginning of this period. The title of this film is supposedly jeweler jargon for deciding how to cut a gem when making the transition. Paolo.
So like Romancing the Stone Age.
Romancing the Stone Age is correct. Good
Nice.
job. Well done. Okay. That was that. We move on to, I know the questions are not numbered, but anyway, we're moving on. Next question. This novel won the Booker Prize in 1989 and a BAFTA for Best Science Fiction Film in 2005. This work centers around a paleoclimatologist played by Dennis Quaid as he contemplates his lifetime of service to Lord Darlington and his lost opportunity for romance with Miss Kenton. The narrator of this work is encouraged to take a motoring trip by his new American employer to rescue his son from a superstorm that has frozen over Manhattan. For 10 points, name this Roland Emmerich disaster movie written by Kazuo Ishiguro. Daniel.
The Remains of the Day After Tomorrow?
Correct.
Nice.
Well done. I think
I knew
everybody.
Remains of the Day, and I was like, I have no idea what
Oh, really? I
happened.
was like, oh, that's definitely the day after tomorrow. It could be The Remains of the Day, but I have no idea the plot of that film. So I'll wait for him to
Teamwork.
say, I'll wait for him to say Kazuo Ishiguro. Balance in all things, COQL, USA.
That was good. That was good. I know I felt like everybody was like right there about to click. So good job. You nosed everybody out. All right, next question. Puddlegum, the marsh wiggle, aids Eustace Scrubb in the 4th installment of this series in his quest to escape the impending atomic war on Earth. One of the vignettes in this novel details the actions of the last surviving house of a nuclear bomb as it seeks to continue to care for its inhabitants who have boarded the Dawn Treader with Prince Caspian X. 4 siblings in this series are relocated during a wartime evacuation to a new planet in a Paolo.
The Martian Chronicles of Narnia.
Exactly right. Good job.
Nice.
Well done. Next question. A black Rolls Royce is on fire on the cover for this band's 2017 album, in which the title character of this film becomes addicted to television and alcohol and is later held captive by the government. This title character is subjected to an X-ray examination that exposes his alien physiology and reveals his desire to live in the moment, and that he just wanna feel purple, yellow, red, and blue. This film stars David Bowie as the title character, who tells the audience, "I'm a rebel just for kicks." Pam.
Portugal, The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Well done. That is exactly right. Man and man fell to earth. You were just waiting for like the other half, or the David Bowie half, right?
Yeah, I was like, I know this is Portugal the Man, but I didn't know where. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how it's interesting. So in these toss-up clues, generally they gradually get easier. Whereas in this version, they can sort of hold back on the giveaway of either half. Like the Monopoly, like Waterworks question, I don't think hinted that very much in the first like sentence. But anyway, well done, Pam. Pam has got a 4 to some 2s and some 1s lead as we move on. Next question. Jordan Peele's production company name and logo reference this work, where one of the canon films uses a flyby meteor to grant the central characters superpowers. They're not the Power Rangers, but those characters, Paolo.
Like the Monkey's Paw Patrol.
Exactly right, Paolo.
Nice.
For power.
Oh.
I was so sure that I was like the one clicking that.
Did you, what? I didn't catch that. You were sure, but you didn't click?
No, I clicked literally at the same time. It was like,
Oh,
my name. And then it was Paolo.
all right. Well, that happened to me once in the vowels round, so I barely can say that I know what you're talking about. All right, good job, Paolo. That was early. Paolo, you now have 3, by the way. Next question. This institution was established in 1802 by Thomas Jefferson and shot its final scene on the North Shore of Oahu, despite it being said to take place on Bells Beach, Australia, during the 50-year storm. A character in this film contributes to the trend of the actor's portrayal of characters named John, along with Johnny Mnemonic, Jonathan Harker, and John Wick, who would, Daniel.
West Point Break?
Exactly right. Daniel,
Nice.
you have 3. Pam 4, Daniel 3, Paolo 3, everybody else also on the board. We have, looks like 5 more questions. Next question. The Russian word "korosho" is thought to be the inspiration for the use of the word horror show in this work, while the word "peepo" is used to refer to a soap company owned by characters Piper and Polly. Wow, Michael.
A Clockwork Orange is the New Black.
Wow, that is correct.
Nice.
That is quick. Well done. Well done. Wow, I barely started reading this question. In fact, you got it off the first sentence. That's great. Good job. Next.
4 years of high school Russian did something for me.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, did the Russian really give away that much? I mean, this is like, we didn't even get to drug-spiked milk or conditioning against violence. All right. Well done. Next question. As of 2024, this 2009 work was the last top 40 hit in the US for the band that produced it and won a Pulitzer Prize for General Nonfiction in 1998. This work links agricultural success to the presence of domesticable mammals and has such notable quotes as, "Lay down your arms, give up the fight," and "Throw up your arms into the sky" in the chorus. Pam.
21 Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Correct. I knew you were going to get that for some reason. It just felt like this, like you were going to get it. You're correct. Good job. 21 Guns, the song by Green Day and
Jared Diamond.
Jared Diamond novel subtitled The Fates of Human Societies. I didn't know it was Green Day's last top 40 hit, but I did know that the model in the video went on
I don't think it's a novel. I think it's nonfiction.
Oh,
but...
Yeah, nonfiction.
Yeah, wait a second.
Yeah, it's definitely nonfiction.
No, that's a mistake, right? Because they just got through. I just got through reading that it was a Pulitzer Prize for general nonfiction. So that was a mistake.
Yeah. Guns, Germs, and Steel would have been a great like summary of the Republican platform for the last election.
Yeah.
Steel spelled differently. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, other than the more traditional God, gaze, and guns sobriquet for them. But yeah, anyway, just to finish the thought, who cares? But the model in that video married Jack Osborne. And then unmarried him. Okay. 3 more questions. Daniel and Paolo, you can still tie Pam. It's 5-3 to 3 to other scores. Or 3 left.
Got the 1.
Or 3 left. No, actually, no, all right, who cares what the scores are? But the key is that Nate Cardin and the Wildlife Recovery Fund are getting donations, in whose name is really sort of immaterial. All right, 3 questions left. Here's I guess this will be the anti-penultimate one. After this character is conned into paying for a fake procedure in an attempt to cure his inoperable brain cancer. He becomes a single father and is no longer able to perform in his position at a New York City ad agency in this film. This character declares it's the fucking insurance companies that decide who lives and who dies, and attempts to counter this with a series of character assassinations by the title couple's respective attorneys in this film. It's not Marriage Story, but this film, Paolo.
John Kramer versus Kramer.
Exactly right. John Kramer versus Kramer.
Nice. Who is John Kramer? I knew the Kramer versus Kramer, but I don't know John
Saw
Kramer.
guy.
Saw.
Oh,
I'm going to throw it into the chat. I had no idea about the John Kramer half, and so therefore I am going to throw it in the chat for people like me who kind of didn't get.
I heard the insurance thing. I was trying to figure out what ended in Luigi, so I was very far away.
I think this packet was maybe written and probably written before that, like the assassination of that CEO, but the character declaring it's the fucking insurance companies was not actually hinting that, but that's what I thought of when I read that. All right, 2 questions left. Next question. A Netflix series starring Sarah Paulson centers on the villain of this novel and was directed by Steven Spielberg in 2018. Let me click on my buzzer. Pam.
Ready Player One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
Well
Very
done.
She said years are hard.
Well, Steven Spielberg. I was like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. What goes at the beginning or end of that? Steven Spielberg. Oh.
Yep, I am throwing this question into the chat pretty much not only because I like it, but more because Pam answered so quickly that, like, for those interested, there's more like info.
I did watch Ratchet, so.
Ratchet, you know, okay, I was visiting a friend who works on the Fox lot, and so like a year before they started filming Ratchet, they were building out the whole like nurses station, it was pretty amazing. My friend is a writer. It's gross name drop, so I won't do it, but his wife was showing me around the Fox studios. My friend is a writer on a hit show, and she hangs out with him there so often that she is literally like qualified to be a tour guide. So it was amazing to hear that they were making a show about Nurse Ratched, whereupon I forgot about the whole thing and never watched. Was that Ryan Murphy, by the way?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I gotta watch that show. Sorry. Cool story, bro. No, anyway. Yeah. Last question before we move on. Is that worth watching, the Ratched show?
I mean, it's not the best thing on TV, but there were like Sarah Paulson is great. The evil
Nice.
guy is great, but like, I don't know. It like I watched it a few years ago and it hasn't like really stuck with me. Anyone else have opinions?
It has not stuck with
Done
me.
it, but I did not watch it.
Paolo, Buzz, I think just to give like the seal of the Paolo seal of approval to the Ratched
Yeah,
show.
well, it was all right.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, last question. You know, you're breaking up is hard to do, but we're going to land this plane before the top of the hour. Last question. The oddly menacing Feathers McGraw is an antagonist to these characters and a, quote, nearly flawless tech. Paolo, if
I'm
you
just
get
gonna try it. Was it David Foster Wallace and Gromit?
Yes, it is David Foster Wallace.
Nice.
Well
Nice.
Well
done.
done.
Paolo.
Oh my God.
Very good.
I mean, Max and I adore tennis, and we didn't get to any of that. Yeah, this is not the first time that we've seen our friend Tyler Hinman in the chat box just being like, just expressing the commonly felt awe towards Paolo. So Paolo being Paolo, crushing it at the end. Good job, Paolo.
Man, where was that one game ago?
Well, yeah, exactly. In a thrilling conclusion, Pam 6, Paolo 5, etc. Let's see, what did we say? Well, okay, we got Nate. I will be making a donation in Pam's name to the California Wildfires Recovery Fund, and I will be making a crossword appropriate donation to Nate Carden's GoFundMe in the name of Paolo Pasco. Thank you one and all for playing. What an awesome like group of people. And Michael Sobin, thank you for that amazing game. Thank you to our friend whose name I already forgot. That's terrible form. Is it Nat? Who wrote those before and after? That before and after thing was really, really good. Did you all enjoy that before and after format?
Very
Yeah.
well done. Very well done.
I
Yeah.
mean, sorry, Nat. It was Nat Koo from NYU. Thank you, everybody in the chat who was or is here. And thank you to our special guest and no longer rookie participant with an open invite to come back, AJ Jacobs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo!
I would say participant in quotes. I enjoyed being a spectator and I loved seeing the mental gymnastics. So thank you for having me. I will
Well,
be
the more
watching.
you play, the better you get. It's definitely like a learned
Yeah.
skill. So
The learning.
All right.
come play
Well,
more.
that's kind of you to say. We'll see. But it was great fun. So thank you for having me.
Very welcome. And just before we go, there are those who are here who weren't here earlier. Do you want to quickly plug the taster tournament? Because for those who may have liked what they saw in the first half of the show, oh yeah, of course we'll plug AJ's book, The Puzzler, as well. I'll throw the link back into the chat. Pam, Daniel, somebody want to quickly explain the taster tournament, and then we'll.
If you want
back
someone to
AJ's
quickly
book.
explain it, go to Daniel.
The first step in his explaining it is me shutting up. Always tricky.
3 weeks for free of the game you just watched. If you don't have a team of 3 to sign up with, sign up today and you'll be assigned to a team. And then if you enjoy it so much that you want to play it for 12 more weeks, join the league and you'll have a great time. If you do have a team of 3, you have until Saturday to decide if you want to join up. But the link is in the chat to register. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you can sign up individually, as Daniel said. Bring your friends, do it on your own. A lot of fun. Many of us here play in this league, and it's, what can I say? It's super fun. And AJ, God, so many book titles applicable to tonight, starting with AJ's book, The Puzzler, an awesome survey, not just of you got crosswords, you got jigs.
Oh, thank you for that, Max.
Centuries old mysteries. Go to Amazon, find AJ's books. AJ's book, The Know-It-All. Even if you forgot all but 0.2% of the Encyclopedia Britannica, you probably still remember like 90,000 things.
Yeah, well, none of those appeared tonight, so but yes, it was fun.
AJ, a terrific writer, and also check out AJ's podcast called The Puzzler. And with that, anybody have any closing remarks before we land this plane?
Thanks again, Ben. A lot of fun.
Thank you for hosting, as always.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
excellent
hosting.
hosting.
So much
I'll,
fun, as
I'll
always.
throw out a shameless plug. If anyone needs a team for the MIT Mystery Hunt next week, my team is always welcoming orphans. Just saying.
How do they reach you?
And is that the team
Fantastic
name,
question.
Welcoming Orphans? 'Cause that's a
No, the
nice-
team name's Amateur Hour.
Amateur Hour.
Ooh,
Are you
you were really good last year.
kids table? I don't know. Okay, well, Michael, I don't know. You want to throw like an email address into the chat, or is that too much?
Sure, why not? I trust all
Tell you
these
what,
people.
they can, if you don't want your email to this public, they can email me or like reach out to me.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, wait, I need to follow you in order to send a message. Fantastic.
Oh, no problem. Oh, that's right. That's right. I threw that on as an experiment. Yeah, I think that's maybe going to end. I don't think there are so many reasons that people don't like chat here to begin with. But in any event, I forget where what was the last thing we were on? Check out AJ's podcast. Where did we leave off? Oh, I'm sorry. I remember. We are going to be doing this again. I'm heading out of town for 2 weeks, but not before we play this game again. We will have a set by the great writer Anderson Wang. His stuff is awesome. I've played it. That will be Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And our special guest will be, he hasn't confirmed, but will be named later. A star of a mega hit podcast will hopefully be here. And if not him, it'll be probably a former writer for Stephen Colbert.
You got Joe Rogan to play?
Not that big. I don't think this guy got like whatever 9 figures from like Spotify or whatever. But yeah, anyway, more
Well,
importantly,
Joe Rogan got overtaken by like God, right? I know. I really think there's like the podcast about the Bible or something that has overtaken Joe
really?
Rogan as the most popular.
I thought it was Jason Kelsey's wife or something like that.
you guys know so much more
He's
about
so charismatic.
Faith-based podcast. What is it called? It's about the rosary. It's called The Rosary in a Year.
Wow. Wasn't that a Joan Didion book? All right, so that's a before and after. All right, sorry, I totally drove this thing off a cliff by mentioning people who may or may not be upcoming special guests. Please be here Tuesday night at 8 o'clock and find out who is or isn't a special guest. Once and for all, thank you guys so much for playing. This is really a treat, and look forward to seeing you guys again soon, and can't wait to do it again.
Take care.
Thank you,
Good night.
Ben.
Very much. Have a
Super
good night.
fun.
All right, good night, everybody. Thanks again.